What's going on, guys? You know me, I love Daleks. And if there's one thing that could make me chomp down on a bar of chocolate, or have a Hamlet cigar, it would have to be the evil pepper pots of Skaro, the Daleks. And fortunately, advertisers realise this, and so we have been given many iconic videos of Daleks preaching collectible cards, peace and love, and much more. So today we are going to investigate 5 advertisements featuring the Daleks, looking into the context and the legacy these ads have had on hundreds of thousands of people who have viewed them in the UK and abroad. Starting off in 1968, the first advertisement we are going to look at is Wars Ice Cream Skyray Ice Lollies, featuring the Daleks and a fake Troughton. The Daleks make one of their first appearances in colour here, with 2 authentic props from the show, fresh off the set of Power of the Daleks. 2 Daleks just sort of enter the fake TARDIS, with a fake Doctor conveniently covering his face as he cowers in fear, almost like a Hitman NPC. With the lollies you get a free colour picture card, with there being quite a few variants and some pretty cool art of Space Raiders and Doctor Who battling against Daleks. Apparently the TARDIS is kinda destroyed, which is wacky, but the Space Raiders actually save the day and fix it. For the second ad in 1973, the company Hannibal Cigars made a satirical ad creatively making fun of the Daleks' alleged weakness of stairs. I'm sure this has never been done before. It was a light grey Dalek happily trundling along shouting "Exterminate" as it goes through what looks to be an industrial complex. It arrives along stairs bathed in light, and in a melancholic mood it takes out a cigar packet from its midsection, lights one with its gun, and takes a smoke, before shouting the famous catchphrase, "Hannibal Cigars." This whole production is really high quality and also super creative. Like, who would have thought the midsection holding an extra appendage for a Dalek to smoke? That is just... it obviously comes from a place of love, and that's why you gotta appreciate it. The third advertisement was broadcasted in 1977, 9 years after the previous banger, but we wouldn't be disappointed with a new sexy red Supreme Dalek, resembling that of the planet of the Dalek Supreme, with them both being provided by Terry Nation. My favourite cereal Weetabix hired this Dalek out to give an iconic performance, with him threatening the viewer with extermination unless they buy Weetabix to capture the Doctor Who board games and figures. Furthermore, there was a secret message from the Time Lords, which I can't find any information about, so if one of you could share that with me, that would be massively appreciated. Honestly, this is a really good ad, and I think it does a good job of using the Dalek and also creating some humour out of it, which is a bit less ridiculous than a depressed Dalek taking a puff of his smoke. In our 4th entry during the Wilderness years, in 2004 the Daleks still lurked in the public eye. This time, the legendary KitKat company sweeped up the Daleks for a fun advertisement featuring a grey Dalek and a 60s Dalek. They chant "We love you" and "Peace and love", with this being one of the weirdest advertisements I have ever watched. I literally have no idea what's going on or what this has to do with the Daleks. It just seems like an obligatory feature for like old people to go, "Ah yes, I used to watch them when I was a child." I guess the Terry Nation estate had a real sweet tooth for chocolate money. Haha, see what I did there? I genuinely can't spend more brain energy on this ad, because it's really weird, and I don't want to think about it anymore. In 2005, the Australian and New Zealand banking network, a wonderful corporation, felt they could relate to the Daleks and robots of sci-fi. Robbie the robot from Lost in Space, and some 70s Daleks that slightly resemble the Hamlet Cigar Dalek appear. They're seemingly working in a telecommunications place, and it's basically supposed to show how chaotic those places are in comparison to the Australian and New Zealand banking network. The best part is, a Dalek from the chase also appears. Though it resembles that of a movie Dalek, it has white headlights and seems to be the same height as the normal grey Daleks, meaning that an actual Doctor Who fan made this ad, which is very cool. Unfortunately, in future versions of this ad, the Daleks will be removed, probably having something to do with the Terry Nation estate getting a little greedy, though this is just speculation. So yeah, there's 5 advertisements featuring the Daleks. Overall, I think I would rank these adverts, the KitKat ad, as it was weird and I couldn't really tolerate it. It would have to come in last. Australia and New Zealand banking, mainly because the Daleks versus Robbie the Robot thing is a cool idea, but it's just too short for it to be impactful. And then for number 3, I would go the Rocket Lolly Daleks. Though it's cool to see an early appearance of the 60s Daleks in colour, I do not really care for the 5 seconds of screen appearance in the ad, and it just doesn't interest me, you know? Though the cards are cool. And then of course it would have to be the Weetabix Dalek ad. It's iconic. I mean, people make customs of this guy all of the time. It's a really cool design. My friend Zen owns like 5 of them for some reason. It is just wonderful. And number 1, the Hamlet Cigar ad. I love this advertisement, and although you could call it invalid because it never aired, it always gets me to smoke a puff of a Hamlet cigar. And that's all that really matters. Dalek advertisements sort of died off in the revival of Doctor Who in 2005, where as we all know, we got a new brand and a new Dalek design, and suddenly children all over Britain owed a Dalek. So suddenly their status as a marketing tool, independent from Doctor Who, sort of diminished, as they started to tie in more with Doctor Who and not be their own thing. Would you like to see a return to these ads? What's your favourite Dalek advert? I mean, of course it was the one with cigarettes. Like and subscribe to see more content like this. And also, please go join our Discord server, the Dalek Nexus. It's hosted by me and Xendiyatrix, who is a wonderful Dalek photographer and just a wonderful person. We got a great community going on around there, and we'd appreciate you joining. So thank you for watching. In the description, there will be a playlist which will feature all of these Dalek advertisements, and if you got any cool ones that I missed, I'll happily cover them in a future video.